Alright guys, welcome again to Advanced Codepedia. This is the first lecture, the first video in our HTML series. The HTML language is the first language that you will start your journey with. It is very easy. You don't have to have certain experience, certain programming background to learn it. It is very easy. So you see that HTML is the language that responsible for making the structure, designing the structure of the web document or the web page. What is HTML? HTML is the language that responsible for making the structure of the web pages. HTML also stands for Hypertext Markup Language, and from that, you will find that HTML is a markup language. Hypertext means the text that takes you from one place to another on the internet. That call hypertext, like the links on Facebook, links on YouTube or Instagram. These all are hypertext. So this is the first concept, that HTML is the language that responsible for making the first structure of the web pages. When we are developing the web documents and the web pages, we will find that we need to use another language with the HTML language called CSS. Why do we want to use CSS with HTML? Or what is the difference between HTML and the CSS languages? So HTML is responsible for making the structure of the web page or the web document. And CSS is the language that responsible for the presentation of the page and how the page looks like, how the colors looks like, how the fonts looks like. All these things CSS is responsible for, and HTML is responsible for the text, for the images, for the videos, pictures, all these things. So you put the videos by HTML, you put the text by HTML, and you put the paragraphs, the headings, all of these things, you put it with HTML and you make the first structure of the web page. And then you take this page and edit it in CSS language to make it better looking, to make a lot of colors, a lot of animations and these things to the web page. So this is why we need to use CSS with the HTML, because HTML alone is very ugly. And from that, we know that HTML is responsible for the structure and CSS is responsible for the presentation bar. Okay. Common question: is HTML a programming language? Some of you guys are thinking that way, that HTML is a programming language. Okay, that's okay, but HTML is not a programming language. Why? Because HTML does not have that logical part of the other programming language have. As we said in the previous slide, that HTML is a markup language, just like CSS. It is a markup language that is responsible for making the first structure of the web document or the web page. Languages or programming languages like JavaScript have that logical part that HTML does not have. So this is the difference between HTML and JavaScript, or the programming languages. So that is the reason that we must use, or we need to use JavaScript to make a dynamic web pages or web documents. This is the reason that we want web pages to take your information from the user, make a lot of things to this information, and give it back to the database or give it back to the user. This all will be done with JavaScript. Okay. You will need also to know that HTML have a lot of versions. Version 2, for example, version 2, 3, 4, and 5. The difference between the versions is that the W3 organization, which is the organization that is responsible for making the web standards or HTML standards, the difference between the versions is that, for example, HTML3 have some differences from HTML4 because the W3 organization made some new things in HTML4 that make your work easier. It deleted something or some things from the HTML3 and added new things to HTML4 and HTML5. This is the difference between the versions, that they make HTML better and better. Okay, so in this course, we will learn a general aspect about HTML, what HTML is, and how to use the elements, how to use the tags, what is HTML boilerplate, how to use these sort of things in this course. And you can consider this course as HTML4 course or introductory course to HTML language. Some of you are asking why we didn't make HTML5 course directly, because I want you guys to have a general aspect about HTML itself and how to use a lot of common concepts in this language, and then you take what's in you in this language, what's they made in you in HTML5. So we will make, after we finish this course, we will make another course talking about HTML5 in detail, and we will learn almost everything in HTML5. So first, you have to take this introductory course, and then we will make another video or another course about HTML5 in detail, and we will have almost everything about this language. So this was everything about what is HTML. I hope you like it. I promise that HTML is very easy. HTML does not that difficult language. Don't forget to subscribe, and see you in another video in our course. Goodbye.